Welcome to all you Aries people. This is your monthly horoscope for March of 2022. It's a small, short, concise, precise astrology forecast, and it's about the energies in general for Aries if you have an Aries rising, an ascendant that is, or a sun or a moon. Now, the most important thing, March is just not a month where there's a terrible stuff going on in general. And of course, these are general horoscopes, but there's quite a very interesting thing going on that overrules the rest, so to speak. It is, of course, a month before the eclipse month, so April will be a bit more volatile, if you like. What actually Aries people do like, don't you? Because you are Aries and you have Aries or a planet, at least one, in your chart, which means that you need a bit of action in your life. And but the funny thing is that, or not a funny thing, but the amazing stuff for you, for Aries people, is that Mars and Venus are together for the rest of the month. I mean, the whole month. Already, when you're watching this in maybe the end of January or February, it's also in February. February, Mars and Venus are joining, and Mars is your ruler, so it's together with Venus, which makes you so much more attractive. Not that you're not, but even more than you are. And it's also in March, they're joining together. And normally that happens like a couple of days that they join together, and then Venus goes faster than Mars, and off they go. But now, because of this whole Venus retrograde, and although Venus is going direct the whole month and Mars as well, it's still catching up a little bit. And that's why they're together for so long, the whole month. In the beginning, the first week in Capricorn, and then in Aquarius around the 7th of the month. It's in Aquarius for the rest of the month, but they're sticking together. So what does it mean? It means passion. You know, your ruler is all about drive, it's all about energy, it's all about passion. And together with Venus is high passion, because Mars and Venus are, I call them the desire planets. And desire gives us a direction, right? Whether it's a good desire or not. I mean, that's, that's not to judge, right? But it's about, it gives direction. And for you, this all happens in your 10th house and in your 11th house. So let's break this down, because I've been talking about the grand finale a long time, which would be that not only Venus and Mars in Capricorn are together, but also with Pluto. And that was your 10th house. And then Venus and Mars around the 7th of March, they stick together, but in Aquarius in your 11th house. And they keep on going there for the rest of the month. Now, what does it mean? It certainly has to do, for most of you, it has to do with some kind of how you want to be seen in the world. And for a lot of you, it's about your career and about your goals for the future. If you say, Veerle, I'm 73, well, maybe it's about what you want to do for the rest of your life. So it's about your goals, how you want to be seen in this society. Because the 10th house is our, it's a bit like this, the second ascendant, so to speak. So what does it mean for most of you Aries people? This means that whilst you have been thinking about how to reassess your values, considering work, but also considering your goal for the future, what you want to do in the future. And there has been structures, because this is all in Capricorn. It was like the whole month of December, the whole month of January, you've been thinking about how to redo that, how to destruct, or how do you say that, demolition first, and then rebuild, right? Because you know that, Aries, you know that so well, that you can't just rise above the ashes if you don't destruct something first. Now, this has all been done during the hard work in December and in January about reflecting on, what do I want to change when it comes to my work? What do I want to change when it comes to the structures of my parents as well? The 10th house is also a parent. What do I want to change around my social status? That's also the 10th house. Married, or maybe you don't want to be married anymore. Or maybe you don't want to be single anymore and you want to get married. All of these things now are conjoining with your ruler. And especially the first week is a very, it's the most powerful week, or one of the most powerful weeks of the year, because they're Mars and Venus, you know, the planets of desire, they come together. Mars puts action to it. So what you've been thinking of the and it puts action in the reconstruction, because Mars in Capricorn is a builder. It's about the builder. It definitely is. And you can build so well when you can start from scratch, right? If you have to build upon something that is older, that is cracky, and it's not going to work. So for you, start the rebuilding when it considers your work. And with Pluto, it's like permanent. It's for the long run, to say the least. And then look at, and it's also a slow process, but there is a windfall there. For you out there, when it comes to this transformation, you are jumping over Pluto, which means that you are going to have a transformation, and you're doing it. So a death and a rebirth, you're doing it through your work, through the connection with your parents, through the change that you want to do in your social status. Also having a child is also about social status, because before you weren't having a child, and then you have a child. So all these things are very significant for you, Aries people, and especially the ones who have planets in Aries between, like, you could say 23 degrees up until 29 degrees of Aries. You're gonna feel it the most. Go for that transformation. You know, all the rest is peanuts. I could talk about all the rest. I could talk about, Mercury conjoining with Jupiter and with the Sun in Pisces, and that is your 12th house, and that. But it's all peanuts, so I'm not going to do that. Although the Piscean energy can give you a lot about connecting with the unconscious, because Mercury is there. Anyway, and also go for your goals. New goals, fresh goals. It's like a new year around the 7th of the month. There is like this whole new beginning. Have fun, do it well, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.